GA Bunko. So GA Bunko, we got the AGR cards. They are signed by Kaede Hondo, who is this one right over here, the Erina. And then also by Inori Minase, which is Hestia. Beautiful, gorgeous. All right, so we have all of the SSP cards to look at. All of the cards that we're gonna look at are the exclusive art created for GA Bunko. There are a lot of cards, so let's get started. Okay, so this one right here is I believe we talked about this one already, didn't we? Yeah, we did. We talked about this one already. This is Mahiru. She is a 4 or more character early play. On play from hand, this card gains 1k5 power for the turn. And when this is placed on stage from your hand, if you have another character, you can ditch a card, heal 1, then choose 1 GA Bunko character in your waiting room, add it to your hand. What the hell? That's good. That's incredible. It's Bestia? Yes. This is incredible. Oh my goodness. And we did talk about this before. Might as well talk about this one too, this SP card. So this is just a free fresh. Pay 2 free fresh. This is Mahiru. Yes, we did read this card before. And I did say that this card was extremely good. Extremely good. On play from hand, ditch a card, heal, and then salvage. Sure, why not? Why not? Yeah, let's do it. All right, let's do the cards that we did not get. All right, so let's talk about Masuzu. This one right here, this 1-0 Masuzu. This is an SSP card. If you have 2 or more other characters, this card gains 1k power. So she is going to be at 5k5. And then when this card is placed on stage from hand or the marker zone, reveal up to 3 cards from the top of your deck. If you revealed 1 or more GA Bunko card, add it to your hand and then ditch a card. Ooh, really? Just on play from hand, top check up to 3, add a character, and if you revealed 1 or more, ditch a card. If you revealed 1 or more, choose up to 1 GA Bunko character among them and ditch a card. Wow, that's really good. That's some good utility. So then we have this one over here. This is the SP card, so SSP and SP card. The art is incredible on this. She has a 0-0 character. When this is placed on stage from her hand, search your deck for the 1-0. Search your deck for this one right here. Place it underneath this face up as a marker and shuffle your deck. What the hell? If you're level 1 or higher, you could ditch a character, call this from your marker zone. And then you could rest this card, give a character 1k5 power. Wait, so with her own effect, that'll be 5, 6, 7k? You could bump her up to 7k power with her? Wow, okay, on play from hand, search her, marker her, and then when you're at level 1, you could ditch a card, call her out. You could also rest her, and then bump her up to 7k power. That is really good. Okay, no notes. No notes. I do like how it's basically a free search. All you got to do is play her. Search your deck for the 1-0, marker it. And then like you're ready for your level 1 plays. So like you don't have to like hoard her like in your hand. Okay, let's talk about Goblin Slayer. Gobo Slayer. Let's talk about the Priestess first. If you have 2 or less or 6 or more climaxes in your waiting room, this is an early play. So 2 or less or 6 or more. Okay, incredible. Doable. Because they're with Azure Lane. Yeah, it's just a 2 or less climax early play. And like every now and then, you miss the condition. So, it happens. So having both is good. Very cheeky though, very cheeky. And then during your turn, this card gains 1k power. And then when this is placed on stage from your hand, choose one of the following 2 effects and resolve it. Heal 1 or Stock Wash. And then this card gains 2k power. So the Stock Wash is all of your opponent's stock goes into their deck, they shuffle it, and then the equal amount goes to the top of their deck. So they don't go to the waiting room, they just go back in. Hey, that's really good. She is only going to be at 9k5 during your turn, so that is like the downside. But that's still pretty solid. That's still really solid. So here we have the High Elf with like, oh my god, look at... I need the set like immediately. On play from hand, look at the top 3 cards from the top of your deck, choose an event, show it to your opponent, add it to your hand, send the rest of the waiting room, then ditch a card. On attack, if you have an event or the uncommon 3/2 Goblin Slayer in your waiting room, which one? This guy right here. The 3/2 uncommon Goblin Slayer. Okay, so when this card attacks, if you have an event or this one in your waiting room, look at the top card of your deck. Put it on the top of your deck or in the waiting room, and this card gains 2k5 power for the turn. While we're at it, let's read what the 3/2 Goblin Slayer does. When this card is placed on stage from your hand, you can heal, and the climax combo. When this card attacks, if you have the door climax in play, which is this one, holy crap, this is so sick. That is cool as shit. So if you have that in play, and you have 2 or more events in your waiting room, choose one of the following 2 effects and resolve it. Reveal the top card of your deck. If that is a character, or an order character, or an event, burn 2. So top check your deck. If it's a character, event, or an order character, burn 2. Until the end of your opponent's next turn, all of your characters gain 1k power, and this card cannot be targeted by your opponent's effects. That's pretty good. I do like that. The burn is a little gambly, but like I do like it. Damn, Goblin Slayer is bumped up. I'm gonna need this this Elfin Priestess. All right, moving on. Okay, here is the Azusa. During your turn, if you have 3 or more other characters, this card gains 2k5 power, which is 6k5. And then on climax, it might be 7k5. Then on attack, if you have a climax in play, top check 4 cards from the top of your deck. Choose a character among them, show it to your opponent, add it to your hand, send the rest to the waiting room. And this card gains the following ability. Once per turn, when this card's damage is canceled, search for up to 3 GA Bunko characters, show them to your opponent, then discard the same amount of cards you searched, shuffle your deck? That is so cracked. What? That is insane. So on attack, top check 4, add a character, ditch the rest. And then when damage is canceled, search up to 3, then ditch 3. That is incredible. That is extremely good. That you thin out your deck. You search even more. That is busted. That is incredible. That is such a good card. I don't even want to read the Beelzebub. I don't want to read any card after this. That, like, we could just end the video there, end the stream there. On play from hand, you could ditch a card, reveal the top card of your deck, and then you salvage a character equal to the character revealed. Okay. Yeah. Utility card. Solid. Main level 1. Yeah, run this in everything, I'd say. Well, you know, temper your expectations. But yeah, this card is absolutely so goated. So goated. Oh my god, there's Rio. There's my girl Rio. On a climax combo. On a yellow climax combo. Alright, let's read the Hestia first. We gotta get through Hestia. If you have 3 or less stock, this card gains 2k power. So 3 or less, she is gonna be at 3k power. She goes up to 2k. And then when this card is placed on stage from your hand, you could pay 1, top deck clock, search for a level 1 or lower character. So just like a regular Ricky. Regular searching Ricky. Okay, nice utility card. And she is Hestia, so she's already the best. So here is Rio with a soul trigger. You can see the soul trigger is right up there. On play from hand, this card gains 1k power for each character your opponent controls. Wow. All right, so if they overextend, she's going to be getting a decent amount of power. Then on attack, you have a certain climax in play. Top check up to 2 cards from the top of your deck, and then choose up to 2 cards among them. Put them on the top of your deck in any order, or send them to the waiting room. Then reveal the top card of your deck. Then choose. Wait, what the fuck is this? Then choose 1 level X or lower character in your waiting room. Add it to your hand. X is equal to the level of the card revealed. Okay, so top check 2, rearrange them in any order, and then reveal. Real question is, does this set have the ability to top check your opponent's deck? We'll see. We're still getting like the card of the day reveals. So top check 2, place them on top in any order, and you could ditch anything to the waiting room. Then top check your deck, salvage equal to what was revealed. Hey, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. You're literally just like, okay, I want to get this character. I want to get this. Like you basically are like setting up what you're gonna reveal and what you're gonna trigger, which you know is pretty solid. That's my girl. There's Nyaruko. I've read these before. Well, here is Mi Comet. I'm kidding. Let's read this one first. The Vilhaze. When this is placed on stage by the standby, you salvage this card from your waiting room. And then at the start of your attack phase, choose up to 2 characters and they gain 2k power. Okay. And then at the start of your attack phase, if you have a climax in play, which I believe is the standby, because it sounds like it's a standby, effect. Choose one of your 3/2 Tera Komari, which is this one right here. Place it underneath this card as a marker. If you do, top check 4 cards at the top of your opponent's deck. Choose up to 4 cards among them, send them to the waiting room, return the rest to your opponent's deck. Your opponent shuffles their deck afterwards. Oh, okay. So you get one and you marker it. It's like the way that it's worded, it's like it has to be on stage. Well, what does she do? If there is a marker underneath this card, it gains 3k power, and during this card's battle, you do not take damage from auto effects of your opponent's characters. And this gains the following ability. At the start of your encore step, ditch a card, rest this card. Okay. On play, heal, and then climax combo. On attack, pay 2, burn 4. So this one could marker this one, and then she will get the top check 4, shuffle effect. Ditch those climaxes, whatever you top check. Then you'd swing. And then with this one, all right, like we're going to start sniping out some of those climaxes with the top check 4. Burn 4. On attack, pay 2, burn 4. Hey, that's not bad. That's a neat little standby combo right there. All right, let's talk about the 0/0 and this 1/0, and that is it for the SSP and SP cards. So during your turn, if you have another GA Bunko character, this card gains 3k power, so she's going to be at 3k5. At the start of your climax phase, until the end of your opponent's next turn, this card gains one of the following 2 abilities, okay? When this card's battle opponent is reversed, choose one of your other characters, rest it, move it to an empty back row slot. Okay, so clean cut. Or at the start of your opponent's draw phase, mill 2. If you milled a level 2 or higher card among them, return this back to your hand. Oh my god, dude, the power creep is real. What I love about the quote Bunko series, which are the light novel imprints, is that because there's such limited and tight space, they just like load up the cards with like every effect. And they're like, yeah, we'll worry about the meta later. So they like jam everything into one single, like this is 2 cards in one. Which is great, which is incredible. This is 2 cards in one. All right, so here's the Stella. I'm sorry, does that say 7,000? If there is a marker underneath this card, this gains 7,000 power and a soul. How do you get the marker? On play from hand, if you have another one in your waiting room, you marker it. Okay, so then 7k5, 2 soul. During your opponent's turn, when this card is reversed, you could pay 1, rest this card, and at the start of your encore step, you send it to the waiting room. Okay. That is it. That's all we got. Wow. Incredible. Holy shit. They're all super, super good. No notes. That was all incredible. That was all really good. Oh my god. I'm very excited for this set. I'm extremely, extremely excited for GA Bunko. I think it's going to be really strong. I think it's going to be an extremely strong set.